Yesterday, we inaugurate the first flight for Saudi Airlines carrying pilgrims to the Holy Land, to Saudi Arabia, to perform their Hajj. And last week, we inaugurate the first flight for Biman, Bangladesh, and Flynas through Mecca Route Initiative. This noble initiative, implemented by the government of Saudi Arabia under the kind directives of the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdul Aziz, and His Royal Highness Crown Prince Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman, to process all the procedure through Hazrat Shah Jalal Airport to 100% for the pilgrims. And the quota of Bangladesh is 127,198 pilgrims for this year. All of them will be through this initiative, and this initiative aims to issue their electronic visa and take their biometrics and fingerprints, and also to code their luggages. So when they go to Saudi Arabia, they will be treated as local passengers, going straight to their hotels. They will find their luggages inside their rooms. And on the way back, thank you. On the way back, they will not bother themselves also with their luggages or carrying Zamzam water or Holy Quran. We will provide Zamzam and Quran for them here at Hazrat Shah Jalal Airport. So we are really take care of them, and there is more than 27 Saudi authorities receiving them there at King Abdul Aziz Jeddah Airport and Al Madinah Munawwara Airport with a smile and excellent hospitality and flowers. Because Bangladesh is dear to us, and our relationship is very strong and deep-rooted in history, and there is a common understanding between our two leadership. This will not be happen unless the kind also directives from Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and also the relevant ministries and authorities here in Bangladesh. So I extend my thanks to them to make my mission easier and also to facilitate my tenure here in Bangladesh. I will not spare any efforts to take our relationship to new heights every single day. It's my great pleasure and honor to be a part of Better Bangladesh Foundation seminar on remittance inflow in Bangladesh, opportunities, challenges, and solutions, which is being held in collaboration with the Ministry of Expatriates, Welfare and Overseas Employment. In recent years, Bangladesh has experienced a significant rise in remittance inflows. These remittances play a vital role in sustaining the Bangladeshi economy and improving the lives of countless families. Today, I will light on the significance of maintaining a strong bilateral relationship between Bangladesh and Saudi Arabia. I am pleased to say that over the decades, Saudi Arabia has remained the #1 destination of Bangladeshi migrant workers and has consistently accounted for the highest record value of remittance to Bangladesh. I received a couple months ago a reward and a credit from Diplomats magazine for the country of the highest remittance from Saudi Arabia to Bangladesh. I am pleased to say that over the decades, Saudi Arabia has remained the #1 destination, because I know that Saudi Arabia is in the soft corner of every Bangladeshi citizen. According to the data reported by the Bangladesh Bank, and Dr. Tasneem Siddiqui, she explained more about with the slide, and thank you very much for this information. The remittance from Saudi Arabia to Bangladesh amounted to almost 283 million US dollar on March 2023, and approximately 262 million US dollar on February 2023. It is estimated that almost 15 million Bangladeshi are currently living abroad, and out of this remarkable number, more than 35% of Bangladeshi's manpower have chosen Saudi Arabia. The largest Bangladeshi population, almost 2.8 million, is in Saudi Arabia. This population actually more than some countries' population, some small countries' population, 2.8 million there. And if we add to that the pilgrims and also the visitors and the delegations, we will exceed 3 million easily. Saudi Arabia has long been a key destination for Bangladeshi employees seeking employment opportunities. It's the most favorable destination because, firstly, the kingdom embraces the two holy mosques and is also the birthplace of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Second, a favorable working environment, laws, and procedures benefit the employees. Three, there is a huge scope of opportunities for both skilled and unskilled employment. Four, high salary compared to the cost of living in other countries. He might get 1,000 or 1,500 riyals in Saudi riyals in Saudi, and he might just spend 200 riyal because of the cost of living there. It's too low. While if he's in EU countries or in United States, he will spend half or almost his salary in the cost of living and taxes. If we will talk about the opportunities, strength of remittance inflow in Bangladesh, in 2020 alone, Bangladesh received approximately 24.4 billion, making this country one of the largest remittance recipients in South Asia. This inflow of funds and foreign exchange reserves strengthens the taka and helps to maintain economic stability. Remittance plays a pivotal role in reducing poverty and improving household welfare. This remittance must come through official channels, as His Excellency mentioned. But, for example, the remittance from Saudi Arabia, the official, we are talking about in 2019, 3.5 billion US dollar. In 2021, it raised, despite the pandemic, into 4.2 billion US dollar. And in 2022, it exceeds 5 billion US dollar. This is the official figures. If we'll go to unofficial, we will, at the Hundi, we will go to maybe 8 billion US dollar. And to prevent this unofficial, we have unofficial remittance, we have to work together to limit these unofficial operation between individuals there in Saudi Arabia and here in Bangladesh. And we have to see what's the obstacles and the problems that leading the people to use these informal channels rather than the formal. I had the a discussion and meeting with Mr. Ashraf Chaudhry from Bank of Asia, and I suggest that you may receive remittance from the Bangladeshi worker there in Saudi Arabia without fees, for free. He will remit $100, he will get $100 exactly for 1 or 2 years. So they will feel confident about this mean, and also to revive the procedures and the fees of the banks. The unofficial remittance and middlemen, their fees is much less than the official channels, and it's faster. In one telephone call, after 5 minutes, he will get the money. And where? Inside his village, his province. While these banks doesn't have branches there, doesn't have representatives there. So they have to be there, even if they launch an outlet there for the sake of the economy of Bangladesh. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when many countries halted visas issuance, Saudi Arabia's decision to continue issuing visas for workers and not suspend the flights connections from Bangladesh to Saudi Arabia. And this had a positive impact on the Bangladeshi economy. It ensured a steady flow of remittance, which played a crucial role in supporting the economy during challenging times. This reflects also a strong bond between two brotherly Muslim countries. As we all know, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz announced Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, which requires a significant number of employees to achieve its goal. In this sense, Bangladesh has the opportunity to send more skilled employees to join the mega projects. These mega projects need skilled workers, more which higher salary, and Bangladesh can grab this huge job market. Other hand, will benefit from increased remittance. I had a very fruitful chat with Honorable Minister regarding the training centers here in Bangladesh, and the ministry has a plan to inaugurate more than 100 training centers, and they already, I think, inaugurate 70 of them. And correct me if I'm wrong, Your Excellency. More. So this is really excellent. And we have also MOU between Takamul, this is a Saudi company, and BMET, and His Excellency the Director Shahid Al-Alam. He played a major role in this regard, and he is also continue supporting us to send the skilled worker. Sending the skilled worker to Saudi Arabia achieve more than one result. It will first invest in the Bangladeshi citizen. So whether he will work abroad in Saudi Arabia or any other elsewhere, or he stay here in Bangladesh, he is a skilled worker. So it's good for Bangladesh. Second, if he go to Saudi Arabia, he will take more share there from other nationalities, the Filipinos, the Pakistanis, the Hindis, there in Saudi Arabia. Fourth, as he is a skilled worker, he will get more salary. So instead of taking 1,000 riyal, he will take 2,000. So far, his remittance also will be higher. So it's a win-win situation to everybody. I also wanted to mention that the MOU was signed with Takamul and BMT is ensure the sending of skilled worker to Saudi Arabia, and inshallah we will implement it within a couple of weeks, inshallah. Lastly, it will be a great opportunity to open a branch of Bangladeshi existing bank in Saudi Arabia to simplify official transactions between Bangladeshi migrants workers and Bangladeshi government. When we'll talk about the weakness, threats, challenges of remittance inflow in Bangladesh, remittance transfers can be costly due to the high fees charged by many channels and the up and downs of currency rates that reduce the amount of money received by recipient families. Families that depend on remittance are further burdened by these fees. Therefore, it's crucial to encourage competition, promote digital platform, and put in place laws that reduce transactions costs. Finding a solution to update profit return process would encourage more countries also to invest in Bangladesh. We have prominent companies, Saudi companies here investing in Bangladesh. We have Aqua Power. They are tending to invest more than 3.5 billion US dollar. We have Red Sea Gate company with invest of 1.2 billion US dollar. Engineering Dimension with a total amount of 1.8 billion US dollar, and we are expecting more companies like Aramco and Sabic, Al Mara'i, Al Baik, and many Al Bawani and many other companies. The kind directives of Honorable Prime Minister to allocate 300-acre land in economic zone in Chittagong for Saudi Arabia to improve and to establish factories here in Bangladesh. And in the late visit for Honorable Prime Minister to Qatar in Doha, she met our investment minister and planning minister, and it was really a fruitful meeting with, inshallah, promising positive future within a couple of months, inshallah, before the end of this year, inshallah. By overcoming the challenges, Bangladesh can maximize the positive impact of remittance inflows, promote sustainable development, and improve the well-being of Bangladeshi's people. The embassy, Saudi embassy here in Dhaka, works very hard to issue thousands of visas every day for a large number of Bangladeshi workers, ensuring their job security as well as smooth travel to Saudi Arabia. We reached a high score. No other Saudi mission outside Saudi Arabia reached. We reached a number of 12,133 visas in one working day. Imagine we generate 12,000 job opportunity for the Bangladeshis in one day. Every day now, we are issuing more than 5,000 visas every single day. So we are working very hard to help our brothers here in Bangladesh. Her Excellency Dr. Tasneem Siddiqui talk about purchasing visas. Actually, there is no such thing like purchasing visas. The employer there, whether if it's a company, establishment, or individual, he will shoulder every single fees for recruiting the worker. So there is no fee asked from the worker himself. Everything, the passport, the visa itself, 2,000 riyal, the airfare ticket, the medical report, the police report, the fingerprints and biometric, every single thing, the Lord, the businessman, the employer, he will shoulder all the expenses. But we have here, as you said, the middleman, Dallal. This is the most important obstacle of this, misleading the workers. They say that give us money to give you the visas. And I announced many times through the press and through some TV interviews that no employee or Saudi Arabia taking a single takka from the workers. Everything is for free. But actually we have to make the worker aware about the regulations, they don't know about them. And the Ministry of Welfare and His Excellency, the Minister and the Secretary, they are doing really a great job in this regard. And we hope, inshallah, through you, to make the workers aware that they shouldn't pay anything. They can go there and enjoy being a good worker and a good ambassador for Bangladesh outside Bangladesh. The people of Saudi Arabia also deeply acknowledge the contribution of Bangladesh's workers toward the development of Saudi economy. Their hard work, persistence, and remittance also play a crucial role in Bangladeshi economy growth, job creation, and social development, where the inflow of remittance plays a vital role in the growth and prosperity of Bangladesh. Also, we need to raise the acknowledge and the awareness of the culture of investing and the remittance by the individuals, the families who receive them. Don't consume all these remittance in eating and in buying clothes. And as His Excellency said, that you have to buy a land, you have to build a building, or to rent a grocery shop. So you have to create some means to invest these remittance. Also, I want to refer to some questions that raised by His Excellency about Saudization, and this will harm the workers. Actually, we have more than 13 million foreigners working on the territory of Saudi Arabia, and our population is almost 35 million. So 23 is the Saudis, and the foreigners is almost 13 million. And they are welcome, they are enjoying their stay, and their rights are reserved by the law. But Saudization is a decision made by the leadership to minimize the unemployment of Saudis, because as Bangladesh has the youth, the most percentage of the population is the youth, we have the same. And they have to have their own job, and also they have to build their future and secure their families and create their own life. So it's our right to give them, our citizens, the occupations and jobs. And some jobs Saudi will not work. They will not work in some areas or some functions that they don't know, or they are not prepared to do. But others can fulfill these occupations. And also he talked about the free visa. Now the Saudi Arabia don't have something called free visa. every single worker, he will go to a specific occupation in a with a specific establishment or individual. So it's already known that he is going there, but and this make a very big problem of escape and refuse to work and repatriation of Bangladeshis. They are giving by Dalal and for some recruitment agencies here by promising them with higher salary and a very excellent environment there in Saudi Arabia. When they go there, they find the opposite. And that's why they are refusing to continue the contract and they escape. And they said that we don't have occupation. But no, the occupation is there, but you don't follow the contract. And this is a big problem. And also the working permit. It's renewed every year. Yes, it's renewed every year, but it should be shoulder all the fees by the employer. Why every year? Because some of the worker, he refused to work, he refused to finish the contract. The contract for every worker is 2 years. The employer has to renew the work permit there in Saudi Arabia. It's not the responsibility of the worker. The worker now has right more than the employer there in Saudi Arabia. Also, we can raise the remittance by sending some medical staff to Saudi Arabia, doctors and nurses. And the Ministry of Health there in Saudi Arabia have some requirements to employ and recruit medical staff to go to Saudi Arabia. When the doctors, nurses, midwives meet these requirements, they are welcome. We are welcome them. And 25 years ago, we have doctors, we have nurses from Bangladesh, and they are around the world. I can see them going to United States, UK, Thailand, India, and many others. And they are welcome to go to Saudi Arabia. Also the IT technician, they also are welcome to go to Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is participating on the University of Islamic for Technology with 500 million through IOC. I hope that the students from that university go to Saudi Arabia, but they are going to United States or going to Singapore or maybe other countries, but not to Saudi Arabia. Also the fishermen and the farmers and also the shipbuilders, they can be targeted to diversify the workers going from Bangladesh to other countries. Finally, I'd like to say that Saudi Arabia's government and people have always stood behind Bangladesh by providing unconditional assistance. And today's program provides an opportunity to recommit ourselves to working to strengthen the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's long-standing and dynamic partnership with Bangladesh. Thank you for His Excellency Dr. Professor Masood to inaugurate and hold this seminar. It's very, very important. Thank you for His Excellencies and thank you for you all. Long live Saudi Arabia, long live friendship with Bangladesh. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.